Okay, here we go. It's Sunday night, and this is day one. I'm Dr. Nancy Stanley, physical therapist and health coach, and I have got on my lab coat today, and not to impress you, but to impress upon you that we're going to talk science today. And so I wanted to start off with night one. So this is going to be a 4-night series. And tonight we're going to talk about keto and how to make it work for you. Because there's so many people that have done keto. I've had so many clients come to me and I did keto, but then I gained it back. And most of the time it's because they didn't understand what were the key elements of keto and how it works at the cellular level. So you're going to have a science lesson tonight, but it's going to be fun because you're going to learn how to health yourself. You hear me? I said health yourself. So that's what I want you to learn, because I want people to be healthy. In this day and time with all that's going on, we need to learn how to strengthen our immune system and how to be the healthiest possible person that we can, because you never know what's out there, right? Okay, so here we go. I'm going to start off with, first of all, to let you know what's going to be happening this week. So tonight I'm doing keto. Tomorrow night I'm going to be doing the 3 reasons why you failed in the past, because many of you are on here, you're like, would this work for me? I don't even know. And so I'm going to give you the reasons why you failed in the past, and that may help you to know if you could do this. And so I've had many successful clients. I'm going to be posting those videos. You saw Miles Zachary's video today. Oh my gosh, I found that video. I had forgotten I did that video with him. You know, he had severe diverticulitis, was in the hospital, called me from the hospital and said, I need to get with you because I can't do this week in the hospital thing. And in a month, he had already healed his gut. And that's what we do in my program. In the first month, you're going to heal your gut. So thanks for joining me, Billy, Judy, Holly. Share this video, okay? Do a watch party for me because I want this word to get out. I'm only adding 50 people to this challenge, and I've already got 13, actually 14 signed up. And those were people that have been in previous challenges. So that just lets you know somebody's going to jump back in. It works, okay? They hadn't lost all the weight they wanted to lose, or maybe they just like the community. A lot of them just like staying in the community. So so here we go. I'm going to jump right in talking about carbs, okay? And that's what keto is all about. Keto is about getting your carbs down, because carbs down, then you go into ketosis, which is fat burning mode. And isn't that what we all want to do? We want to burn that fat that's around the middle. So we're going to talk about carbs first. All right, I'm going to calm down a little bit. I'm really excited here. Hey, Deborah. Hey, Charlotte. Hey, Chastity. Yeah, Ashley, thanks for joining me. Yeah, I hope you get a lot of value out of this tonight. All right, so there are good carbs and there are bad carbs. And the good carbs are going to be your vegetables, your non-starchy vegetables, okay? So that's easy enough. Your bad carbs are going to be all the things that we think we love, okay, but that don't love us, that hurt us. So it's going to be pizza, bread, cereals, sugar, high fructose corn syrup, and toxins, okay? All those things that that are actually killing us, literally, okay? It's not fat. Notice I didn't say fat, okay? All right, so the real thing you have to know is you have to know about insulin. That's the king, all right? Insulin is a fat-storing hormone. And anytime you eat any food, your body's going to release insulin. But certain foods cause you to release more insulin. So if I eat, you know, a Debbie cake, my insulin's going to shoot way high, okay? And like it should. That's how my body was created. I'm going to dump sugar into my blood. That's going to cue my pancreas down here, or actually my brain is going to cue my pancreas to release insulin. And if you're type 1 diabetic, your pancreas doesn't release insulin, okay? So all the more reason to keep your sugars low, because I actually have, in this challenge, we're finishing up now, a type 1 diabetic, and she is coming off a lot of her insulin. She's feeling really good because she's learned how to control the insulin in her blood. But let's get back to this. So insulin is actually the doorkeeper of your cells, the wall of your cells. So you think about your cell wall, and there are millions of them, okay? And the cell wall is how nutrients, energy gets into the cell. Now, it's a complicated process, but I'm going to give it to you really basically. So if you eat something that spikes your insulin really quickly, the insulin acts like a doorkeeper, okay? If you can just imagine that with me. And the cell walls, actually, it pushes them in, and it allows that sugar that's in the blood to get into the cell, which is a good thing. But if you do that too much, then your cells become resistant to that insulin, and your body stores fat because you've got too much insulin. If you've got fat around the middle, then you're diabetic. Now, you say, well, my doctor hadn't told me that. Well, they hadn't told you that yet because it's not showing up in your metrics, but I've seen it way too much. It's coming, okay? And it's not a safe place to be. Being insulin resistant is not safe at all, not to mention all the other things. So if you've got fat around the middle, what that means is you around your organs. If you cut a cross section and did an x-ray, you would see fat all around your important organs. That's your liver, your kidneys, I don't know so much about your heart, but all of your other organs, all the important things that are down there. And it's choking it out. I saw people, working at the nursing home, going to dialysis 3 a week because of their kidney failure due to their diabetes. So I want you to know that this is life and death, what we're talking about here, okay? So I'm not trying to scare you, but I'm trying to inform you the importance of getting that fat from around the middle. And yes, you can do it. If I did it, you can do it. I'm 63 years old. Yeah, okay, so here we go. So what happens is if you eat, so there are 2 types of carbs, the carbs that have fiber and the carbs that don't. All right, so your vegetables are going to have the fiber. So when you eat the bad carbs, your insulin spikes right on up there, and it floods those cells. If you eat the good carbs with the fiber in it, like greens, those kind of carbs, then it's going to go up slowly, and the walls of your cell is going to open up and allow those fatty acids to come in and go out and get used for energy by the liver and by your muscles. That's the way it should be, okay? It's supposed to work. But when we spike it all day long, this whole 6 meals a day thing, it doesn't work. It just keeps you hungry or hangry. And so, but when you get in that state where you've kept your carbs low in ketosis, okay, and I have a checker that I can check you to see if you're in, or your doctor can do that. That's where your body should be. That's where you have the most energy. That's where you're going to have the most mental clarity and the least inflammation, okay, because that spike in insulin is going to, and the sugar in the cells is going to cause inflammation. I'm going to talk about that in just a little bit more. So I want you to know that all carbs break down into sugar, but carbs with fiber break down slower and cause a slower increase, and that's what your body likes, okay? So now I want to go over here and do a little vignette on the stomach, and I feel like this is important on the first night to teach you this, okay? So here we go. So here's your stomach, and it's, it's about a little bigger than this, all right? So your esophagus, food comes down in your esophagus and goes into your belly. And your gut, I'm going to call it your gut, is lined with a single layer of cells, okay? Let me just say this, 70 to 80% of your hormones are produced in your gut. And if your gut is not healthy, what is that saying about you? That's why so many people are on all kinds of medicines, because their depression medicine, anxiety medicine, all of those medicines, hormone medicines, because their gut is broken. All right, so here's one of the things, the main thing that breaks your gut, okay, is gluten. And what gluten does is those single layer of cells in your gut, it causes them not to connect with each other. And so that's what leaky gut is, and the food you're not able to absorb the nutrients. So let's go back to what the function of the gut is. So what the gut does as soon as you eat a meal is and the food hits your gut. It's amazing how God created us. Your gut secretes digestive enzymes. I say I'm looking for your live video. All right. They extract those digestive enzymes help your body to break down that food and extract the nutrients. Sounds good, doesn't it? Yep, it works. But here's what happens. Two things. Number one, the food we're putting in our body doesn't have very much nutrient. Hamburgers and French fries don't have much nutrients. And the other thing is the toxins have damaged our gut wall, the gluten and the things we put in our gut, the way we've eaten, too much food, okay? God never intended for us to eat all day long, okay? Yeah, I don't think Jesus ate all day. In fact, one meal a day is enough, and we can get to that. That's what I do, is one meal a day. It's cheaper, it's a lot less trouble in the kitchen, and you enjoy it. Okay, so back to the gut. All right, so the two problems with our society. One is we've damaged our gut with the foods that we eat, and I'm going to tell you about some of those in a minute. And then the foods we are eating don't have the nutrients, and that's why we have so much disease. And I want to help you move away from disease. I want you to be healthy, okay? Think about your car. My car's sitting out there. I would never put dollar gas in my car. I mean, I wouldn't. And why? Because I know it would tear it up. You know, I want it to last a long time because I paid good money for it, and I don't want to have to fix it. I want it to just run. So I maintenance it, okay? I spend money on good gas and maintaining my car, and I want it to last a long time. For my body. Yeah, hit the love button. Yeah, I love that. Okay, somebody got it. Yeah, so just answer me the question, would you put dollar gas in your car? And don't you maintenance your car? You do that because you want it to last. And you want your body to last. So here's what I say. Now I'm going to save that for the end. I'm going to give you an example, but I'm going to save it to the end. All right, so here we go. So if we can heal our gut, which is what we do in the first 30 days of my program, it takes 30 days to regenerate those and to heal your gut. So the first 30 days, you know, we're pretty consistently with the program, all right? After 30 days, we add in a few little things that, yeah. So, hey, Carla, you can go back and hear the beginning, but you know this because you've been in the program. Hey, Angela, I was just talking about you. Way to go, girl. Okay, so here we go. So let's go back to, all right, so now we've talked about carbs, good carbs, bad carbs. We talked about your gut, leaky gut, irritable bowel, all the bloating, all of the, you know, one of the things Miles said is, he said, I had Tums in every pocket, in every car. I was on Prilosec, I was this, that, and the other. Most of my clients in the first 4 days say, you know what, I don't need that stuff anymore, because they start healing their gut. Yeah, and they start sleeping better too. That's one of the good side effects about being healthy is good sleep. I remember Clay Beasley said, I hadn't slept in years. And he said, I'm sleeping now. I can't even believe it. John Sharp said the same thing. Yeah, so here we go. So they're carbs and they're fats. Now I'm not in your macros, so carbs, fats, and proteins, but I'm not going to talk about proteins tonight. All right, so in your fats, just like with your carbs, there's good fats. And so your good fats are going to be your eggs, your cheese, your meat, your animal fats, your avocado oil, your olive oil, your, avocados are a wonderful source of fat. So nuts and seeds, I love pecans, okay? And I'm going to teach you, so true about gut health. You're right, Carla. I'm going to teach you what nuts are best and which ones spike your insulin the least, because those are the nuts you're going to want to do. You don't want cashews. They're actually, we'll taste them. They taste sweet, you know, and almonds have more effect on your insulin than do pecans. So I'll share that with you. Okay, I want to say this before I forget it. If I don't have your email, give me your email either in the comments or message me, because this week I'm going to be sending out a lot of emails. And then after that, after this challenge closes, I'm going to, or the launch closes, I'm going to send a couple a week, okay? But I want you to be informed. I want you to know. You know what I say? It's what we don't know that hurts us. All right, so here we go. So I did the good fats, and now here's your bad fats. An exhaustive list. That was just some of them. All right, so your bad fats are going to be your polyunsaturated fats, your trans fats, like vegetable oil. Yep, just because it's got vegetable in it doesn't mean that it's vegetable oil. Your canola oil, your parquet, your tub butter, your safflower oil. You know what these do. Now listen to me. You think, well, what's up with the vegetable oil? It looks clear. It looks good. Okay, it's the processing part, and what it does is it weakens your cell. Now remember we talked about the cell was the gate, and if it's weak, then inflammation is going to ensue. If you've got aches, if you've got tightness in your hands, I know one of my clients, she was an accountant, and after 3 weeks she said, it's gone. I can't believe it. The pain is gone. Hey, yeah, thank you, Melanie. All right. So you're going to have inflammation, which is chronic fatigue syndrome, all the aches and pains that people have. I mean, I just can't believe how many aches and pains they have, okay? So that's where the disease comes in, the disease. It's the toxins that we put in our body. Okay, so I want to go to another little vignette over here talking about fat. Okay, so 10 years ago, I would have never believed I would have been teaching this, because I had a healthy cooking class. I taught on a program. I taught about fats being bad for you, and you needed to do low fat. I had all the little models with how much fat was in this, that, and the other. And I thought I had the right information. But now I know that research about fat that was done in the 50s was not accurately reported, okay? And what I know now, first of all, is my own results, dropping 30 pounds. I've added fat back to my diet. I love a good steak with fat, a ribeye steak. I love, shrimp has a lot of fat in it. I love sausage. I love bacon. I love mayonnaise. I love those things. Now, the Atkins diet, that's a deprivation diet. You need to have your leafy greens, okay? So you got to have your leafy greens. You got to do healthy keto. But here's why I now am teaching about fat's good. First of all, my own personal results, okay? And the results of over 200 clients that have actually dropped weight doing this program, which includes good fats. And then here we go with Dr. Ludwig, Dr. Hyman, Dr. Mercola, and many, many, many more. All these functional medicine doctors are now, Dr. Becky, Dr. Berg. I mean, I'm with a conference in Washington this summer, and all the presentations of the nephrologists that are saying we need, hey, Reed, I'm glad you made it. You can watch the replay. Okay, 1970, which was when I was in high school, 1 in 6 people were obese, and today 1 in 2 people. You just don't know how much trouble I have walking through Walmart, and it's not a prideful thing. It's oh my gosh, I want to help these people, because it's not complicated. It's a little hard when you first start, but it's not complicated. Okay, so just to give you an example of a food that we think is good, it's not your fault that you've gained that 30, 40, 50 pounds. Yes, you put the food in your mouth, but I know, like me, I thought that granola was good. I thought granola bars were good. I thought whole wheat bread was good. I thought, low-fat milk and oatmeal and all those things I thought was good. And now I know that that's what helped me to pack on that weight, because I was putting more sugar into my body than it needed. okay? And I'm going to do a talk about that. I do a little demo with some, yeah, I'll do that later. Okay, but saltines. I picked up a pack of saltines. It's flour, and the second ingredient is high fructose corn, which is fructose, which is going to spike your insulin. And that's what we eat when we have a bellyache. Not anymore. I'm not going to do that. Okay. All right. So I got one more. All right. So here's what's going to happen tomorrow. I'm going to be talking about the 3 things that caused you to fail in the past. So I think if you know those things, you'll know what you can do to help yourself. I think I want to tell you that about a text, okay? 2 texts that I got just this week. One was from one of my clients. She started off with a A1C of 11, which is very dangerous, very dangerous. And now she went to the doctor. Her A1C was down to 4.6. And she said, I had already come off of my blood pressure medicine. She said, I can stop the metformin. And metformin is a fat storing drug. I mean, it causes your body to store fat. And when you go to the doctor, every time you go, he's going to say, let's up your metformin, because you haven't learned what to do to get your sugars down. Recently, actually it was 2 months ago, so he's been in the program 90 days, a video with a man, Michael Tapley. He had been diabetic for 30 years. He was on 4 medicines and a shot, and he had gotten his blood sugar from 240, I think it was, down to 90. That's amazing. Can you imagine how good he feels about what he's doing? Yeah, my internet's not, I mean, mine obviously looks good, but I was wondering if I was going to be able to do this. I see some posting. So, all right. So, another client said to me, he said, I was going to retire because I felt so bad. I would go to work and it was construction work. He said, I'd have to step back and let the younger guys do it. He was like 58. And now that he's lost his 30 pounds, he said, I've got so much more energy. I feel better. He's 4 belt loops down. And he said, I'm not retiring. I didn't want to retire, but I couldn't do the job. I just was so tired. Okay. So I hope you'll join me tomorrow night. I hope you'll give me your email. If I don't have your email, I won't blow up your email. I promise. I don't have time for that. But I will send you some good information. You can unsubscribe at any time. Go over to my YouTube channel. It's Dr. Nancy Stanley. Got about 100 videos. A lot of cooking videos, a lot of testimonials. I do a little devotional thing in the morning at 7:30. Those are on there. I hope you'll enjoy those. I hope they'll bless you. Invite somebody to come tomorrow night. Start a watch party. And so here's the last thing I'm going to say. And this is not to impress you, but to impress upon you. You see my jeans? All right, where's my picture? All right, so here I was, 30 pounds heavier. Yep, 30 pounds. And I had these jeans, and they were my favorite jeans. But I didn't like having a Dunlop. It had Dunlopped over, and I didn't like that. And so I took these jeans, because they were my favorites. I put them in the back of the closet. And here's what I said. I'm going to keep these jeans in case I get sick, because I had friends with cancer, lost a lot of weight, got sick. But you know what? I got healthy. And now I'm wearing these jeans. So I'm not trying to impress you, but to impress upon you. If I can do it, you can do it. It's not hard workouts. It's not a shake or a potion or a pill. It's just good, clean food. But here's what I'm going to ask you. These are the 2 things I ask myself anytime I'm trying to decide if I'm going to do something, okay? So I ask myself is, what will I get out of it? How will it benefit me? Will it where I want to go? Okay, I don't ever ask how much will it cost. I say, okay, will it take me where I want to go? And then I ask, what is my best choice to get that benefit that I want? And if you want to drop 30 pounds, then this is the program for you. I've got so many successful clients. Thank you, Charlotte. Yeah, so I love it that I can wear these jeans because they were really comfortable. So thank you for joining me. Share this, please. Yeah, there's Dolores. She's saying it's not hard at all. It's just good food, you know. I'm telling you, when you've gone all day and then you eat that one meal, It tastes so good. That's what Miles said in his video. He said, it is so good. All right, so I'm going to jump off now because I know there's a lot going on, or maybe some other things. Maybe there's not so much going on, but I've got a lot going on. I'm creating emails, and I love it, Dolores just said, and I don't want this to scare anybody off, but in part of the program, and I'm going to talk about that a little bit later in the week. But so here's what's going to happen. On Wednesday, I'm going to open the cart, and you can join. Have until Saturday night. I'm going to give a bonus to the first 25 people because I want you to take action. Yeah. And then you'll get the prep week, which is a week before the challenge starts, where you learn all of this, okay? And I've got some new things I'm adding to the challenge that's going to make it more fun, more interactive, more support. So I hope you're going to join me. We're going to have a good time. Yep, good food, great rewards. There you go. Thank you for posting. Thank you for commenting. Leave a comment if you have a question. Put it in the comments. I'll try to answer it tomorrow. And we'll talk soon. Hit the love button before I leave. And thank you so much for joining me. I'm just looking. I got a little noteboard down here making sure I didn't. Oh, I talked about the car. We talked about how you're going to take better care of yourself now than you are your car. All right, thanks for joining me, and we'll talk soon.